Us teach a program at TLA called Innovations. But the word innovations really doesn't give you a clue as to what we're teaching. And we also teach it in different ways. I teach Innovations online, Lorianne teaches Innovations direct, and Erin teaches Innovations home. So what I thought we'd do is just talk about the ways we direct our programs in different ways and through different formats, and what we have in common.
Innovations Direct basically is a combination of home and face-to-face, because we're having students who are normally in the home program, but they want to have direct contact a couple times a week. So at the beginning of the year, we get together with the student and the parents and just discuss what are things that the children are interested in pursuing. So in some ways, it's a very personalized program, but at the same time, what we want to do is incorporate collaboration and use project-based learning as a framework to develop group projects, semi-group projects, and we'll also be not only using project-based learning, but we do problem-based learning, inquiry learning, we'll throw in literally anything out at them.
What does that mean that you have students together in a classroom? Are they in a grade together, or how does that work with Innovations Direct?
Well, we usually place our students in multi-grade classrooms. We have grade 1 to 3, a 4 to 6, and a 7-8 this year, and next year we'll be actually having a 9, which someone will talk a little bit later about. But within those, they are working by themselves and doing projects, and then they're also working in groups. And we teach them, starting in the beginning of the year, various things and skill sets to get them ready for what they're going to do for the rest of the year.
I am teaching the grades 5 through 8, and I am incorporating online formats. So my program is geared more to any of the families who live outside of the Lower Mainland. It's not exclusive for those in the remote areas. Of course, if somebody in the Lower Mainland wants to participate, they're more than welcome to. But for the families who maybe haven't been able to take advantage of this project-based program called Innovations, the Innovations Online 5 to 8 program is for them. Students primarily engage with the Google Hangouts. So if you've used Skype, Google Hangouts is Google's version of Skype. It's video conferencing, and what we can do with that is we can actually record our classes, which parents have found extremely helpful, because when the kids go to do their response activities, their follow-up activities, research activities, and the child is describing something and mom is saying, well, I wasn't in class, I don't know what you're talking about, then they can go back in the class notes, which are minute marked, and they can go back to the recording and just play that maybe 5-minute, 10-minute section, and then they know exactly what's going on, and they can help their child with that and answer their questions. Yeah. It's actually not complicated. Google Hangouts is fairly user-friendly, and the whole time I am there with them, coaching them in how to use it. By the end of the year, this last year, we even had a grade 3, and she was able to get in and out of the Hangout on her own, and mom was pretty freed up. So it's pretty user-friendly once they've done it a few times.
And do they see actual other students when they're in Google Hangout?
So the great thing about Google Hangouts is that we can all be in a group video call, and they can be watching each other, commenting on things. One of their funnest things that they like to do is during our break time. We have a break time in our class sessions, and they like to use the draw features of Google Hangouts. So you can wear different hats and do silly faces and sound effects, and it's highly interactive that way, and they'll create stories together just as a fun thing. So it's really community building that way, and the kids have really made friendships.
So what I do in high school is Innovations Online, and I work with students entirely on online, and mostly we get together on Google Hangouts. One of the things that I really like about Google Hangouts is that it allows students to see each other and to interact with each other. As you said, it's almost like they're in their own virtual classroom. I also have multi-grade cohorts, I call them, from grades 9 to 12, who meet once a week for an hour and talk about what they're doing. Now, they could be working on totally different projects, which are grade level appropriate for them and subject level appropriate, or they could be working on a collaborative project. such as a world issue project. Last year we did poverty, and the year before that we did the issue of water.
So the program that I deliver with the 5 to 8s is largely based on a collaborative project, and we found that works really well. That's a good work balance for the students participating, and we decide as a group what project we want to pursue, what topic. We generate some ideas, we take a vote, and then we generate questions. And so we did one about cartoons. That was our last one, and the kids loved that. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. And we also, our first project was looking at kelp and sea otters and just how the different land and ocean ecosystems are connected. So that was really interesting as well.
Innovations actually started from a conversation about 4 or 5 years ago where we were thinking about how do children best learn. And within our school, we were thinking that we don't give children enough opportunities to pursue their own interests, though they do get some in home in particular. Mm-hmm. We wanted to create an environment where students can work collaboratively with one another.
What I do with Innovations Online is I reach out to students who are not living in the Lower Mainland and don't have access to physical collaboration. So what we're developing is a program where students work on projects independently and collaboratively online. They work mostly from home, from their own homes, wherever they are in BC, and they also work with other students, but they work in collaborative programs like Google Docs or websites that they build together. So that's why we have Innovations Online, mostly for students that can't get together physically. It gives them a sense of working together and being part of a cohort, which has been a really wonderful addition to our school environment. It's created community. We work on creativity, collaboration, and critical thinking. The pillars of what we do in innovation are those competencies.